But yeah, let's go on to our next running back, and that's the RB4 in this class, and that's our RB4, which is Trey Sermon.
Yep.
You might not agree with it, but it
Nope,
is
that's where I got him.
post draft. So he's a outstanding trap running back, if that makes sense. He runs trap schemes very well, where they pull a guard and he reads the guard to run behind. Insane burst. When we talk about the burst that Travis Etienne and Najee Harris have, Trey Sermon has the best burst in the class, the best short area quickness. He can get up to his top speed, which is not very fast, but he gets up there instantly. Like he'll. That's why he's so good at the trap game. He's just able to shoot out of a cannon. I think that's why San Francisco liked him so much. I love that landing spot for him. He's going to have competition for touches, but if Shanahan uses the running back similar to Alfred Morris, then I think that Trey Sermon will have a good amount of touches, or like Carlos Hyde even. Coming out of Ohio State, transferred from Oklahoma, he had a pretty good year at Ohio State, having a breakout year. He had 870 yards rushing on 116 attempts, averaging 7.5 yards per carry. Only had 4 total touchdowns, but that's okay because he was a beast when it came time in the playoffs and the Big Ten championship game, just destroying Northwestern and running all over them. It was fun to watch. He had over 300 yards in that game. If you haven't watched it yet, go catch the highlights on YouTube. It's a fun watch. Trey Sermon just went bananas on him. This guy is not the fastest, like we said. He does not have good top end speed. He's more like Carlos Hyde, where he's just gonna burn you in the short area and get to the next level before he gets tackled. So he'll get you 8 to 10 yards, but don't expect him to go for 25 plus yards every time he breaks one. So that's all I have to say on Trey Sermon. So I'm going to throw it over to you now. What's your favorite thing about the landing spot for you? And then what are your notes on Trey Sermon?
So I love the landing spot. Like you mentioned, he's a great trap running back. Can really thrive in that scheme, in my opinion. Not a burner. Touched on that as well. I think he's going to have a lot of opportunity. I think he could be a major running back trap for us. Might not be what we want him to be, but at the end of the day, he's in a great offense. He's worth taking a stab on, especially as kind of a value pick. He's hovering around like the late first, early second. And running backs in that area, that's kind of what you're dealing with. You're dealing with risk. You're not going to get a guy. You're not going to get a Najee at the back of the first round unless it's 2 quarterback, 10 team, something crazy. Everybody hates Pittsburgh and Najee Harris. But back to the situation, they've never drafted a running back that high. The running back room right now is Jeff Wilson, Raheem Mostert. I think Jerick McKinnon's out there, but I think he's requesting a trade.
No, he went to Kansas City.
Okay, yeah, so good call there. But that running back room is pretty open for competition, if you ask me. And especially Shanahan's never really had a running back of this caliber, in my opinion. And the way he's used running backs in the past has been very inconsistent, so it's a concern. However, a lot of the running backs have just been hurt, injured, so they're not used constantly. They're not in practices. They're not, being used consistently to where they can get in a rhythm with the O-line. They can get in a rhythm with the game themselves. So I think that if he can weather the storm of injuries himself and, kind of stake his claim to that running back room, he could be if he's the RB1 there and he's getting even like 70% of the touches back there, I think that's an RB2 at worst, I think. And if you're getting that at the back end of your rookie drafts, or at the back end of the first round of your rookie drafts, I should say, or the top of the second even, that's going to be an amazing value for you. Somebody you can start or flex on a weekly basis. And for notes, I didn't have a ton on him that we haven't touched on. Like I said, the injury concerns is one thing. But outside of that, I think he's a kind of a bruiser runner, not a lot of top end speed. But and like I said, he runs the trap game really well. But did you have anything else to touch on good old Trey?
No, you did say that he was good value, and I agree with that. Getting him at the 201 is luxury in a 2-quarterback league.
Thanks for listening to the Dynasty Rewind. Please make sure you subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, be kind. Please rewind.